right, so we're here with Paul. Say good morning to everyone, Paul.
Hey, good morning.
We're on our cross-country flight to Hartford. This is Paul's first cross-country, right?
Yeah.
And just getting all of our procedures down. Paul is 17-year-old, 17 or 18?
18. Close enough.
Paul's an 18-year-old student pilot with Suffolk County Academy of Aviation and is doing a killer job. Just starting to wrap up the training. Anything you want to say about yourself to all the billions of people, or maybe like the 100 people that will ever see this?
70 Delta, traffic now, 2 o'clock, 5 miles, still eastbound 5,500.
Here, 770 Delta's looking, and we're just through 5,000 for 4,000.
So what's been your favorite thing about the training so far?
Oh, just the flying. No, that's always been my thing, the flying, definitely.
November 70 Delta, traffic, 12 o'clock,
now,
8 miles,
cruise
Seminole,
portion of our flight
3,000.
is
contact near approach
the least work.
120.05.
Our departure and our arrival are the heaviest.
770 Delta,
So
120.05.
while your workload is light, start thinking about what we're going to need to do. So putting your weather in here,
okay,
so we're able to pick it up as we get closer, and you're not fumbling when we're getting too close for frequency and popping it in.
Exactly.
3.905.
What's the airport elevation and traffic pattern?
123.95.
18 feet, so 1,018.
So kind of like home. So we'll be at 1,100 feet. How much altitude are we going to have to lose to get down to traffic pattern?
35. You're about around 2,500, but not exact.
Okay. Comfortable descent rate is?
We've got
In New York, Hawker 770 Juliet Tango, level 5,000.
Just to make math easy,
770 Juliet Tango, approach white plains,
so
altimeter
if we have to
3025.
lose 2,500 feet,
3025.
multiply it by 2,
November 23 Delta, contact New York approach 135.9er.
135.9er, good day.
we're going to need about 5 minutes,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Ahead of time. 5 minutes ahead of time, we're traveling approximately 2 miles a minute, so
New York 770 Juliet Tango, any shortcuts for us?
about 3 miles
70 Juliet Tango,
ahead of
short
time.
for you in a moment.
Thank you.
So about 5 miles or so out.
Got it. Yesterday, Mr. Luckel gave me a top of descent formula. He said a lot of people don't figure that. He said they figure top of climb usually.
Yep. But this helps the planning, like when you're going somewhere at 8,500, 9,500, something like that, you have a longer descent. This is just a nice, easy, pull the power and we're down real quick.
Exactly. Hartford Towers, Cessna 41 Whiskey Mike is 10 miles south with like a full stop.
411 Whiskey Mike, Brando Tower, on our left down, runway 20.
Left downwind 20 for 41 Whiskey Mike.
1 Whiskey Mike, just verify you have information, Charlie.
Whiskey Mike has Charlie.
Whiskey Mike, thank you.
All right.
Where do you want to be with the river?
Now I can be on this side of it. Looking right about here, we have that other bend there.
Right, but look at how you want to be on the left of the river, right?
Yeah.
And we're right over the top of it. So the winds are a little bit stronger than they were forecast.
I think I might just start being able to make out the airport there. Pretty much straight ahead. I'm right. All right. Left downwind for 20. It's, well, 20 will be the one going this way. I'm starting to make it out now. The ridge of those trees.
So the way I do it is I take my finger and I actually point it
would be right
on
there.
the DG. So that means we're going to be flying in the direction we're coming from. So we're set up for a pretty good 45, right?
Yes.
Alright, we are back.
Stuff.
What's up? Paul was just pointing out how interesting the horizon's getting. As the sun's coming up, the haze is building, burning off a little bit. Got a little
79 Lima
really
Romeo,
cool pink U off to the east.
Sorry about that. We do have Lima for 79 Lima Romeo. Roger.
So start thinking about how we're going to work our way back in.
Okay.
For descent planning. Talk me through it.
Yeah. Well, the distance between the shoreline, Brookhaven.
Figure out, start out with how much altitude we have to lose. So our level flight as opposed to traffic pattern altitude.
Okay. 45. So 3,500 feet, give or take some.
3,500 feet at 500 feet per minute.
Yes.
Is how many minutes?
Close to 7 minutes.
7 minutes. We're doing a little bit slower now, right? Because we got that headwind. So our ground speed, we were figuring 78. Figure it about a mile a minute.
Okay.
November 40 X-ray, descend and maintain 3,000, contact New York approach 125.7, good day.
Right, 9 miles from the shoreline to Brookhaven. So maybe that would make a good point.
Good.
The Long Island shoreline, well, 4. Oh, we got it.
Just lost your engine.
Oh, Calverton. Oh look, my fuel shut-off's on, my mixture's in, oh my throttle's out, that's it.
Alright, what do you pitch for?
Well, we'll go for a 60 knots. Flight all day at this altitude.
Yep.
Go back to Connecticut.
But you might as well have the time and see if you can restart it instead of just committing to the landing.
I can check, okay, fuel shut-off was on, our mixture, we'd say it's full rich. Heartbeat's on.
Now, a little trick in these planes, almost full trim is going to give you the best glide. So throw full trim in.
Someone told me that once. All the way nose up?
Yep.
Here.
Alright, so it's a little slow, so put a touch nose down in this one. But you're just right about there, so you know you cranked it in, you're taking the pressure off yourself. Now focus on
what you're doing.
And you take your checklist out. You did your memory items.
Yes. There it is. Right about that trim, I like that. Emergency check.
Yep.
Failure during flight. Okay, 60 knots. Got that. Landing site. I like Calverton.
Absolutely, it's a runway.
Carpeet's on. Primer is in and locked. Okay. Shut off was on. Mixture's rich. And props windmilling, so you wouldn't need to turn it to start. Fine.
Alright, that didn't work. What do we do next?
We could secure it. We could still shut off. We could cut that off, kill the mixture.
New York approach, Apache 16 to Mike. We're descending for Bridgeport.
Apache 6 Delta Mike, Patrick.
I'm in here.
New York Falcon 157 Alpha Lima 5000.
Falcon 157 Alpha Lima, New York flight plane to altimeter 3021. Advise you have the weather at West Hamptons.
We do have the weather at
emergency landing.
Destination Falcon 157 Alpha Lima.
There it is. Okay, so cut off the mixture.
7 Alpha Lima, expect the visual approach runway 24.
For the visual 24 157 Alpha Lima.
I'll keep the master on for the flaps if you still need them. Then after that, when you're ready to make your landing, you can kill that.
Okay. What else do we have to do?
Well, if it's off airport, we pop those doors open.
Okay.
But other than that, declare an emergency then.
Okay. Where would we do that?
121.5.
Or who were we just with and we're still on their frequency?
New York approach.
And we know they're there.
Listening.
Exactly. And they know where Calverton is. We were just with them. So stay with New York approach. Mayday, mayday, mayday.
New York, morning, Flight 47, November Golf, 15 for 3000, wind 0 sign.
Emergency engine failure, you're going to be conducting off-field landing at Calverton, 2 souls on board.
6000 plus
They'll start rolling emergency equipment. We have 2 beautiful, what are they, 8,000 foot runways here? So we would be golden. And now we would just kind of circle over and keep going. Which way is the wind coming from?
230 or so.
All right, so we're basically on runway 24, right?
Yes.
So we're going to want to kind of hang out here and then set ourselves up
2,400
for a nice traffic pattern, downwind base, final.
November 47 November Golf, radar contact 2 south of Oxford.
And all this time, we have lost 2,200 feet.
I know.
And we still have...
You never get the... Really don't get the feel for how well these little 152s glide until you do it from altitude, not just top of upwind. Okay, pull out the power.
All right, so you can recover it at 2,000.
Okay.
Miraculously, the engine started.
Geysers traffic.
All right, so we're 14 gusting 21.
Yes.
What's our gust factor then?
7, excuse me.
So what do we think about on our final approach?
Well, we're going to add that to it, to our airspeed, so we'll be aiming
So we're normally coming in 60, 65-ish.
something closer to 70 would be better for today.
70 will be perfect. The winds are almost all the way down the runway, right?
210.
210, so 30 degrees off. So we'll be fighting a little bit of a crosswind, but it's not going to be that bad. We'll keep our airspeed up, make sure we have our wing corrections in all the way to the ground. It'll be fun. Yeah. Alright, that's just over the trees, right? 70 knots. We're going to need left hand, right foot. So much, just wheel straight. Okay? Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
Left rudder.
Right now, right rudder. All the way to the ground. It's going to be right aileron, nice and easy. And the wing correction goes all the way into the end, right?
Yes.
And back pressure.
Okay.
Good. Alright, flaps can come out. We'll taxi off to Papa. Get on that center line. See? No pressure.
Yeah.
Got a little bumpier since we left. So, what did you think?
I was just gonna say, flight to Hartford.
And
nice little crosswind in.
Yep. What do you want to work on for the next one? What are you going to pay attention to?
Flight planning, altitude, crosswind land,